Okay,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. I know it's going to take a little while.
Well, I'm looking at intrigue as a definite because it seems like
Oh,
something.
intrigue is a good one. So
What is intrigue?
at the beginning of every year, there's a court that's held, sometimes at the end of the year as well. And there's always something going on in the background, and intrigue is your way of tapping into that. But intrigue is also your way of like arranging assassinations or becoming a secret money lender. Or intrigue is also one of the ways you can start a romance, right? Because you could just be like sending anonymous letters to a lady.
Like, oh, yeah, cool.
And probably stewardship because I don't want my people overthrowing me.
I don't care about that. I'll kill him.
Wow.
They can
Actually,
kill you.
someone-
They'll kill you in your sleep. You have
See,
to
they
be
don't
careful.
trust. They don't trust you because you're Catholic. That's why. I mean, or you're a Christian. Like my
Can
people.
someone
I'm
tell
just
me
like
what the
pagan.
base score for religion is again?
Yep, religion should be 2.
Okay, I think
Oh.
I'm going to go put a 10 in orate.
Oh, interesting.
Nice.
You're going to be a talker.
Stewardship.
So a 10 in courtesy, orate, and stewardship.
Could read be used to compose like fancy literature for people?
Yes, you couldn't use it to compose like a song or a
No,
create
no.
works, but you could use it to simply write treaties of things.
Okay, I'll do that as well.
So, for instance, you could use it to track your... You could sell like a Pathfinder journal of everything you've done.
Yeah, you could keep like a record of all the goings on, like all the heroic like all the heroic stuff that we do.
Okay, all right. So you get to heighten any 4 unique statistics, including attributes, traits, passions, or skills. Heightening a skill or combat skill by up to 5 points, or you can heighten an attribute, trait, or passion by 1 point. Now, again,
Question.
Yes.
So could you,
How high can you raise personality traits?
Personality traits. Oh, it's up there. It's 1 page up under individual skill choices. No trait can be raised above 19, and no passion above 20.
All right.
Okay, so repeat what we can raise again.
You can raise attributes, traits, passions, or skills. A skill can be raised by 5 points, while attribute, trait, or passion can be raised by 1. And those all have to
And you
follow the
can't-
rules on the previous page under individual skill choice.
And you can't raise them more than once.
No, I think you can dump everything you want into them.
Oh, good.
So how many points do we have to raise available?
4.
If I raise a skill, it'll be by 5 if it's a lower skill, or
Yes. So you,
like if it's
you
not
still
a
can't go
15.
above 15, but you
Okay.
can raise it by points of 5.
I have a 19 now in vengeful.
So I could spend one of those 4 points to raise a skill by 5.
Yes, but can't go above 15.
So if it's an attribute 1, everything else 5.
No,
It's just-
attribute, trait, or passion. You can raise all of them by 1. Skills by 5.
Oh, so basically you can just have 5 along all of your skills or 1 along all your trait attributes.
Well, you get only 4 points. But you could put 4 points into 1 attribute, for instance, or you could put them into 3 different attributes.
So we have 4 points to
Right.
distribute.
Yes.
And if we want to put one of those points into attributes, we get 1. If we want to put them into skills, we get 5.
Yes.
So like we could have effectively 20 extra skill ranks, sort of.
Yes, but you still can't pass the 15 mark. But
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
you could be a very skilled individual.
All right, you know what?
Okay.
I'm going the talkie route, so I'm going to have an appearance of 15, and I put skill points to raise up to 15 in orate and stewardship.
Look at that. Man, this is a man who loves his people. He's got justice on his side. He's good at talking to folks.
I'm actually gonna take first aid. I don't think anyone's done that, so I'm gonna keep people alive a little bit since
Oh,
that might
that
be
is
important.
That's a good point.
And my guy's like kind
Yeah.
of like a warrior, so I'm gonna.
I have now 15 seeing.
Oh, that's difficult.
I'm about avoiding us having to need the healing.
I also had 10 to intrigue. Added 10 to intrigue.
Oh,
Mm.
interesting.
What's the max points you can have in the
15.
skills? 15? Okay.
For combat skills, correct?
For any
Or-
skill is 15
Okay.
starting.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're all.
What did you
Well,
maximize just now? It, Aster?
Uh,
Kai.
Hey, I'm sermoned now.
Sorry.
I maximize singing.
Oh. I'm probably going to
Look
put more
at
into
you.
intrigue.
Can everyone change their names in the Roll20 as well? That might help.
Yeah,
with
sorry, I'll do
anything.
that. I haven't come around to that.
It's easy for me because I've got like 3 pictures of you guys hanging up with your names on them. What with all this camera work. Speaking of which, getting a new green screen and a new like professional lighting system, so I might be able to get that chroma key to work. Throw up a castle behind this bitch.
Oh, that'll be cool.
So
That'd be
good.
great.
I need to get a crown too. My head's super big, so I gotta find a super large crown, but I'm working on it.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna change the ones that I boosted because I realized I missed a couple that I wanted to do.
And then at the end of all this, you can add 10 more points to any combat or non-combat skills. Can't go above 15 still.
Oh, I can still add 10 more? Okay, then
Yep.
cool. All right,
Yeah,
then I'm
so
gonna do that then.
I'm
That's
done
just
with
fine.
adding everything.
Okay. Well, why don't you run down what your big skills are then, Sermon?
Okay, I have compose 10, first aid 10 is starting, intrigue 10, singing 15, and stewardship 10.
Okay.
And then traits, I have 19 vengeful.
Excellent. Splendiferous.
Okay. So for combat skills, I have 15 battle, 13 siege, 12 horsemanship, 15 sword.
Okay.
You put points in the siege?
You
Siege
can't
is
put
not
points
there
into
yet.
siege. Siege
Oh, you
hasn't
can't
been
put points into
invented
siege?
yet. Nope.
Did points, like if we get 5 points, is that into a specific skill or is it 5 points? 5 points to distribute.
So when you're still on the part where you have to heighten 4 scores, you have to put them in 5 in one skill.
Okay,
But
thank you.
in step 4, you get 10 more points you can put into anything in any increment.
Yeah.
So if there's something you specifically want to min-max.
Probably gonna raise intrigue to 15.
So intriguing. Yeah, so like
So
I said,
that
I've had 2
final
campaigns run about 5 years in this. Both of them had someone with intrigue in it, and it got some real interesting results.
So that final stage with the 10 points, those are only going into combat skills?
They can be added to combat or non-combat. Anything you want. Has to still be under 15. Wow. So Sermon, you might
Was it
get one
passion?
of the family bonuses that gives you like a 30 to singing or something like that. That could be crazy. There's family characteristics, so that'll be like for the rest of your family. They'll always have this bonus. But I think like plus 15 to singing or composing is one of them.
It was only plus 10, I
Is
saw.
there anything for having a plus 15 in oration?
I believe there is an orate. Well, let's see here. Compose something.
Natural speaker plus 10 orate.
Yeah, plus 10 to orate. But you have to roll for these. You don't get to pick it.
Yeah.
It's just theoretically you could get one of these.
Too bad I could get a 30 in singing. Well, 25.
So when you think you've got all your skills distributed, just put an X in it.
Sorry, I still need one more.
That's perfectly fine. Again, I know that these skills are quite involved and you were making. So during the week, I'm going to task you guys with making a second character, and that's going to be your heir. So your homework will be to make your heir, and that's if you die that you play that character next.
All right, I'm gonna roll my glory. Is that okay?
Let's wait because we got to do previous experience first.
All right.
It's old as shit.
Okay.
Was
Alright,
the plus 10, was that a non-combat skill?
Add 10 more to divide it among any combat or non-combat skill, your choice.
Oh, divided, so we don't have to put
you
it
can
all
put
in.
like 3 and 7 or 10
Okay.
1 point. Yep.
As long as it doesn't pass the 15 bar.
Yep. So Kai and Robert, I know you guys are chomping at the bit. Just to give you something to think about, previous experience, you can add up to 5 years on your life. Each year provides you with 2 of those 3 options. And the options are distribute another d6 of points among your skills, No non-weapon skill with a starting value of 0 may be augmented, and no skill may be raised above 15. You can add 1 point to any trait at a maximum of 19, or a passion at 20, or you can add 1 point to strength, dex, con, or app. No skill
I'm gonna
may be-
add 3 years to put me at 24.
Okay.
Gonna take for one half of them. It's going to be add 1 point to strength, thing, con, or appearance, and the other half. Let's see.
So remember, you get two options every year.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the
And what
maximum
is the
attribute?
max on attributes?
Yeah.
The maximum attributes are back up on page 28. It's 18 in everything but con, which is 21. And with the +3 you get in con, it's essentially 18 in that as well.
All right.
So, who else would like to age their character and become super old and crippled?
I might go 1 year.
Okay.
I'll take 2 years.
Okay.
So he'll go to
And-
23.
Okay.
Let me see the options again.
Robert?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 2 years as well.
Okay, wow, you guys are going to be some old-ass band of
Okay.
squires.
Just
I-
2
I-
years, man.
I added all my things to. I added 3 to. Let's see.
No, I don't need. I can be 21. I'll stay
I
21.
added 3 to cruel, and 3 to parents.
You're really aiming to become a satanic knight. Just
So-
be careful. If you get a 16 in all the evil attributes, you're removed from play. So just be careful.
So what are the bonuses again? The choices?
So it's on page 30. You get to pick 2 of these. Distribute a d6 among your skills with all the normal skill maximum. Add 1 point to any trait or passion. Or add 1 point to strength, dex, con, or app.
No.
You know what? We're going for a theme with this guy. The ladies are going to love him. 17 in appearance.
Okay, so
Whoa.
you're taking 2 years. Alright, so what are you doing with your other 2 bonuses?
What other 2 bonuses?
So each year you get to pick 2 of those 3 options. So
okay.
for 2 of the years, you're picking app and app.
I'm gonna make myself just instead of cruel.
Oh, that sounds wise. You can be vengeful but just. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
You're like
vengeful
Old
and just is
Testament
good.
type shit.
Yeah.
Just to my people, vengeful to my enemies.
Exactly.
And what is the maximum on traits?
18.
19.
Oh, 19. Sorry, 19.
No, I'm gonna be 22. I can't not do this once.
All right. I'm going to boost justice by 2.
Sorry, I
Justice.
said you're Taylor Swift to me, Dobbin.
Yeah.
22.
I'm dropping. I'm increasing suspicious to 17, and limiting to my
Well-
Constitution.
Sweet.
Oh, you did
You're
roll
so
well.
suspicious.
Damn.
Thank God. I was so not gonna take this because I never roll well.
Look at those double
Okay.
5s.
You can't believe anybody.
No. Can't trust nobody but yourself. And I guess your kinsman, your very immediate kinsman, you can trust them.
I don't know. I'm pretty trustworthy here.
I'm
And
not
strangers
that-
love
that's
family,
fine.
right? Am I right?
Yeah, love family. I mean, I'll be hospitable to you. I mean, I'll let you come over. I'll let you eat my food, but I'm not. I don't know. I'll be watching you.
I'm not talking to you.
No, I'll talk.
What's
I'm
that
just-
really crappy music video that had Michael Jackson in it? What was that called? I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Yeah.
I always feel like somebody's
Somebody's
watching
watching
me.
I
Got no privacy.
Oh man, so good.
He said it was really awful.
Oh, but it's one of those awful good ones. All right, so once you guys have your age, you begin in year 45. So you subtract your age from that, and that is the year you were born.
So we subtract our age from
Your
45.
Yeah.
485. Yes.
480.
485.
Yep. 485 AD.
I can't
And
hear you.
it goes
We
into what
write that
section?
down.
People?
You subtract it from year 485 AD. Subtract your age, and that's the year you're born.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're starting in 485 AD. Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Where do we put this down?
It's on the normal character sheet. I don't know if the Roll20 has it.
Maybe it just assumes.
Yeah, I know. It's. I'm
I
looking for the
would-
Roll20.
I would keep, if
A
you're
note?
not going to put it under the campaign notes, I would keep an individual series of notes, but you may want to put something in campaign notes.
Is it
Birth year.
important?
Your
Sure.
year of birth is important for a couple of reasons, mostly how old you are. People are going to comment on the fact that Sermond is kind of an old guy for a squire. He's basically on the edge of flunking out of squirehood, right? Maybe it's that it's his vengeance. People can overlook a lot, but his vengeance is so great. The Christian knights are keeping down the man.
Such vengeance.
Oh God, his vengeance if he doesn't make it, if he flunks.
Sorry.
I have to
462
roll a
AD.
natural 20 to not be vengeful.
Yep. Pretty
That's
much.
probably why they graduated him finally. It's like, we should post
They're
this
too
before he,
scared.
before he kills us.
All right.
He's
So
living strong.
when you guys have picked out all of your bonuses, just put an X in the chat.
I put in my notes. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All done.
And I definitely suggest you guys keep notes because, again, I will be. And normally I ask people not to, like the players, I ask them not to go back and review old sessions. For this campaign, that's perfectly acceptable. If you're like, damn, what was the name of that chick that I was flirting with back in 486? Load up the video, go ahead and watch it. It could be important when you meet her 10 years down the road and she's got 4 manners and you're like, damn, those manners.
You're like hoping your current wife dies in childbirth, something horrible like that. So you can remarry and become rich.
Yeah, there's no divorce in this game, by the way. That's not a thing.
Yeah, I
Can
wonder
we intrigue
if
them
some of that
to-
intrigue
to
might
get
be
them
used to
our wives
eliminate
assassinated?
I will
expenses.
make no comments on this. Alright, so now you guys roll for starting glory. We're going to see who is primary among you. So 66 plus
Alright.
150 is your starting glory. The
It's-
person with the highest is the most highly rated knight to begin with.
66 plus 150?
Yep.
I have 171 glory. I'm utterly
Come
glorious.
on, dice. Woohoo!
Ooh.
Oh,
He looks
Wow,
like
we're all
Robert
about the
stands
same.
primary among you. By like 1 point. 2 points.
We're all about the same, actually.
yeah, all about. Well, it's always going to be around the same.
I rolled
No one's rolled
fairly
that.
low.
Who roll low? No one roll low.
Okay, I know that Anash
160.
has developed a coat of arms for his character. You guys can do this if you'd like. If not, you don't have to.
Okay.
But that'll be, out of character type thing. Let me find the Pendragon coat of arms creator because it's actually pretty good. I think it's on Greg Stafford's page. So the guy who wrote the game made like a coat of arms thingy. Arthurian.
They're all
hand.
basically the same, actually, I think. Like, it'll change so quickly, I think.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna pick up.
Yeah.
So like a spread of 5 points or 10 points is not that
It's
big.
nothing.
That's basically like attending one banquet. It only matters who's at the very top, because that person gets a couple of different bonuses. Like, during hunting, they always get first strike. They're served first, that kind of thing. So there's the coat of arms thing. You can look it over if you want. If not, no problem. No joust score, because none of you have been in a joust yet. Now we'll begin with equipment. This is kind of important.
Alright.
Your horse is super important. If your horse dies and you're on foot, you lose a lot of the bonuses you get as a knight. And it's hard to stay with your unit, right? Because if everyone's mounted and you're on foot, either they leave you behind or they move super slow. So you begin
Arthur?
with 1 charger. Yep. What's up?
Can I get a Corsair instead of a Charger?
No.
Okay.
The reason why is that coursers are incredibly rare, and they're also faster
Oh,
than normal.
okay. Yeah,
So
because I was
to
thinking
get
more like
coursers, you
hunting
basically
things. So.
have to bring them in from like France and such.
Alright, because I
They're
saw
not
the
really
hunting guy had a Corsair instead of a Charger, like the pre-gen. So I was just wondering if it was possible. That's cool. I'm
You
happy
can get
with
it
Charger.
under additional belongings, which we're about to do. You
Alright.
can start with a courser randomly.
Cool.
So we're adding in.
You add in 1 charger, and you're going to want to give it a name. You better take the care of this horse. And so your horses will eventually die of old age and shit, and your lord should normally provide you with a new one before the end of that year. If not, you either have to buy a new horse or you're basically screwed.
It's
Oh, I
under,
read
you
we
can
have a
probably put it under
stock.
equipment.
Like,
So
because we have a
start
manor,
off
we have a
with 4 horses currently.
You do. You begin with the charger, which is the most important. That's the one you ride to combat. You also get 2 rouncies. One's for riding. That's just general riding. The other carries equipment. And the squire. And finally, you have a sumpter.
Where do
So
we
the
add these
first
in?
one is a
In equipment?
charger. The second one is a roan.
2 of them are rouncies. 2 and 3 are rouncy.
How do you spell that?
Rouncy.
Those are like normal horses, like good, decent
Yeah,
horses.
They're decent horses. You can still ride them in a combat. They only deal like 5d6 damage on a charge.
I guess like knights ride them around when they don't want to tire out the like main horse and
Exactly.
stuff.
Yep.
Right?
Is there a place to put them or?
Equipment.
Okay.
Trying to figure out this equipment thing. Okay, name.
You may want to start an individual equipment tracker. I'm not sure. Alright. So once you've got your horses squared away, and again, you will want to name your charger. Keep him safe and warm, well fed. Anyone got any good charger names?
I went with the one you mentioned before
Twilight?
because it's just too good.
What is Scarrock? Okay.
What is what?
I know it says Scarrock over there for some reason. Okay.
Not sure.
So my charger is named Chalabius.
Interesting.
Mine's called Thunder. Very
Now-
pagany.
I'm gonna check. I think it's on page 190 is where horses are. Nope, that's not it. I missed it. I'll go find it though, and then you guys can, if you'd like to, just write down this page number if you need to reference your horses. It's on page 180, not 190. So as you can see, your charger has a move of 8, so it moves 8 yards, which should be way more than any of you can manage.
What is speed again?
8.
No, I mean of characters.
It should be
2 or
under
3.
your derived statistic, right?
It
Yep.
used
Oh.
to be 2 or 3.
Oh,
think
movement
most
rate.
people
Yeah,
should
yeah,
be
it's
3.
3.
So your horse is like 2.5 times faster than you are.
Makes sense.
It's a big deal in combat.
What's a
Wait, what was
Sumpter?
that?
Rouncy and Sumpter?
So Sumpter is basically like a mule. It's super slow. All it does is carry lots of stuff.
Which page are we looking at currently?
180 is for horse statistics. You don't really need to look at it. You just need to write it down somewhere so that if you need the statistics, you can come back to it. You also, not yet, but you will get to pick a squire, so you might want to think of your squire's name. And before you name your squire something stupid, just remember, if you die during a battle, you play your squire out for the rest of the time. So if you name your squire Beetlebops, you're going to have to be called Beetlebops for the rest of the battle.
I know what my squire is going to be called.
What will his name be?
Hendrix. I don't know.
Hendrix. Okay. So just write that down, because that's going to happen eventually. Unless you all die during, again, the tutorial character creation.
Probably under people. Would that be a retinue?
Yes, that would be a retinue under squire. Your squires begin at age 16, and when you need your squire to do something, you roll against their age, and if that succeeds, the squire carries out that action. So for instance, if you're disarmed during combat, you have to spend the round telling your squire, bring me a new weapon, and if it succeeds, they spend the whole round bringing you a new weapon, and if it fails, they drop the weapon and fumble around with it for a round.
So wait,
And their age is the role, right?
Their age is the roll.
So
Start
it
15.
becomes easier as they get older.
Yes, but once they reach 20, they either become knighted or they, become gentlemen farmers.
Well, 21.
Right, so they
But they're
retire.
really old squires as well, right?
There
Okay.
are, but they aren't brought into combat, right? Like all the old squires that you see are all people that tend land or they're scribes or something like that. They're basically like, they're not noble, but they're middle class. They're like the only middle class in the whole world.
All right, cool.
Okay, so once you got your squire, you get your standard starting equipment. I'm gonna post it because it's too much to list out loud and have you remember. I will read it out loud anyway, though, for our viewers, just so that they get some idea. You start with chainmail and shield, 2 spears, a sword and dagger, and remember, those spears, when you're charging, are lances. You get fine clothing, that's 1 year's worth of gentleman's suits. You begin with personal gear, travel gear, and war gear, which will include things like a spare sword and other things. We'll go into more detail in that down the road. It's not important early on. You begin with your 4 horses. Then everyone will see what additional belongings they may start with. And I will tell you this.
I know what I'm hoping for.
Out of 8 characters, I've had 3 of them get a Sacred Lance.
Come on, buddy.
I don't want a Sacred Lance. Because that
A 16, you get an extra rouncy.
Whoop-de-doo.
3, you get 3d20 plus 100 denarii. So you get
Come
like half a
on.
pound.
Charger or sword? Damn it.
7, you got
Money.
1d6 pounds. That's actually a lot of money.
Yeah.
So 1d20 is what we roll?
Yep.
5 pounds. Yeah. Holy shit.
5 pounds is a lot. 5 pounds is what
18.
you might make all year.
Yeah.
18, you get a second charger.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty big. That's huge.
Chargers are like basically like what the horses at that time were like what? Everything, right?
Yeah.
The most expensive asset.
So you could easily sell that charger for money, or keep him. Obviously.
Dude, second charger, man. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so we got when you were born, when you guys were squired, knighted, you have not been titled or landed yet. Now we're going to do family. Each of you will again roll a d20 to see what your family characteristic is. All of your family members will have this forever. All of your male line. So if somehow your male line ends up dying out, we'll have to re-roll.
What is... Oh shit, I got a 20. What's 19?
18 is love of arms. A 19 is good birds. Plus 15 to falconry.
Sweet.
Crushing.
I didn't put any points in falconry and I'd wanted it. So that's fantastic. 18 falconry.
Okay, so another d20 here.
You get a plus 10 to singing. Boom! Boom!
Remarkably deductive.
Do you have a 20 in singing now?
Yeah, no, 25.
Oh shit!
Wow.
You have a huge
So he's a
crit
+5.
chance. Right. So
Yeah.
on a 15 or greater, he gets a crit.
Well, 15 or lower.
A 13.
So what does a 9 do?
9 gives you plus 10 to dancing. Your whole family is light-footed. And
Nice.
Dobbins, of course, rolled a 13 for plus 5 to intrigue. They are all remarkably deductive.
You have to be very careful and know these things.
Remember to write these down, because these are going to be shared by all of your male line.
Is there somewhere we can write this down?
Notes.
Just put in notes.
I would also, again, if you want to throw them under campaign notes, which is in the journal section. Did I not put it in the journal? Shit. Okay, well, it's happening now. Campaign.
I'm the greatest singer in the land.
You are a pretty damn good singer.
The singing knight that will kill you every single time.
Vengeance.
No mercy.
For vengeance.
What is the Order of the Stick comic where he's like, I'm gonna cast dancing lights, and he instead cast dancing knights? And it's a bunch of illusionary knights that show up and just start dancing. Alright, so we got some interesting family stuff. We got a lot of people that got exactly what they wanted out of the family rules.
Yeah, that was
surprising.
I'm really... I think we all just kind of got exactly what we wanted. It's fantastic.
Mine works for me.
I'm happy with what I got. Like,
yeah, you're a social knight, right? So having good dancing could be important.
Yeah, that's useful.
I don't know if anyone watched that R&D Pendragon shit. During the break, I'm gonna definitely rep for JP.
No, that was insane. The dancing
where
girls?
Maggie critted both dancing and flirting, like in a row. She had like a 2 and 3 in each of them, and she like nailed it.
Rolled a 2 and a 3. I was
Nailed
like,
it.
she's like,
Had
there's
a
no
new
chance.
boyfriend by the end of the day.
Yeah.
All right, so A
Next up.
mounter named Shalabius and a mounter named Ferric.
Oh man, listen to this guy with his chargers. Okay, your holdings are your current manors, your homes. Your equipment at home is just whatever you aren't going to use. So, for instance, you might leave your extra charger at home.
Mhm.
Now we build up your family, or more correctly, your army.
Alright.
So everyone rolls 1d6 minus 5, and if you get a 6, you get 1 old knight in your family. It will not be your father, obviously, because he's dead. So it'll have to be an uncle or something, maybe a great-grandfather. You know,
And we just do
of the
that for each one of
matrilineal
them?
line.
For how many old, middle, and young?
Yep.
With the separate, different roles, of course.
I have -3 old knights.
So how many
Oh, I have
times do we
0
roll
old
it?
knights.
Just once?
It's 1d6 minus 5 for old, 1d6 minus 2 for middle, and 1d6 young knights. And you may want to consider naming your heir as one of the middle or young knights. So like
And you
a
would
brother.
put this under retinue, correct?
Yes, you would put this under retinue. It's part of your army.
All right, what page are we looking at for this?
Page 32.
Oh, crap. I got 2 young knights, I'm screwed. That's it.
So
Game over.
one thing to think about is who these knights are. You know, are they
Family
cousins?
shit.
Are they, are they uncles? Are they brothers?
One younger brother I think is good. Like he's the one who can take over if I die, right? Like
Okay, so you're gonna name him your heir as well.
yeah.
Okay, so don't pick
Uncle
a
I
dumb
produced
name for
one.
him again, because
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know who Brandon Cecil is, but he was playing this and he not only picked a terrible name for his younger brother, it was like Tadpole, but he played him off like he was a moron, was constantly insulting him, and then he died and
Then
ended
he
up having to
became
play that character.
Where do we put this? In retinue? Okay.
In retinue, yes.
So we do each of
Add-
them.
Yep, you do each
You
of
have to
them.
add? Okay.
Yes.
So I have to add 2 more? Wow, this is gonna be a long list. Okay.
So,
Roll.
I like, do we put the age for them? Or
5 young
No,
knights.
we'll just assume that they age with you, right? So
Okay.
Wow,
Middle
you have
age.
1 young knight, Eric.
Yeah, I have 2 middle-aged and 1 young. I do not have a large group
small
here.
family.
I just
have
got 2
7
young, man.
knights.
Middle-aged knights are good though.
Dobbins
But did you get
got
7
this
knights? You
giant
got a
family.
badass family, man.
No wonder
have to
he's
be-
those guys
so
are-
suspicious, right? Like he's got this huge family, and you got to look out for him.
One's a cousin. one's
Family's
my brother.
important.
Okay.
Family is important.
Can't trust
How about-
anybody but your kinsman.
So we're adding these people under family?
Under family
army,
or retinue?
Either one.
Okay. I probably should have put it under family.
It won't matter. They're going to be the same. Your family is your army, essentially.
Mm.
So
We put,
when you're getting raided by
we-
Saxons, you don't have anyone to call on, right? Like when your manor's getting raided by 20 Saxons,
Being raided by Saxons, I don't need anybody to call on. There's freaking Saxons,
you
man.
just go Super Saiyan and fight them all solo, right? Using your passions. All right.
No.
You guys don't start with any vassals, but how that'll work is if you gain additional manors, you can offer them to either squires becoming knights or other knights, and they will swear to you as lord, and you
Oh,
will
they
be
do
able to
become
call
a
upon
liege.
them in time of need.
Like
But
Roderick
you'll
can
also
call
have
upon
to
us.
provide for them. Yes, you'll have to provide for them. So, so things that a lord might do are buy clothing. You know, every year Earl Roderick comes around and buys you guys a set of fancy clothing, so you have a year's worth of suits to wear in his colors. He'll provide you with new horses every few years if you lose one. So, I mean, like, if you lose a horse every year, he's not going to bring you a new horse, or at least it won't be a charger. He might bring you a sumpter.
A Rouncy at least. Not a Sumpter.
Maybe a
man.
Rousey.
Come on.
Maybe. But if you're losing a horse every year, it's pretty bad. But if
Who's
you're
the one
losing
who's
a
got, like,
horse like
crazy
once every
loyalty?
5-6 years, he'll bring you a new charger.
Who's one who's like got crazy loyalty? That guy's gonna get a new charger for sure.
But yeah, so the Lord kind of provides for people in times of wealth. You know, they don't really look over that much. But in times where the person that you're lord over is in poorness, they really need some extra providing for. You now check out your other lineage men. These are non-knights. These are just like men who fight with their fists. They'll be sergeants, you know, mace men or something like that. You get 2d6 plus 5 of them. So these are people who are not in your male noble line. maybe they're matrilineally related to you. Either way, they're not in any position to inherit. That's a good amount.
And how do we put these down?
You can put them under like
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
Character notes, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 2d6 plus 5?
Or you can
Sweet.
put them under retainer. Just put levy or something of.
Oh,
2d6
under
plus
retinue.
5 retainers. Yeah.
You got 17, yeah.
These are lineaged men. Levy is next. Levy is huge. So
Okay,
levy
these are
is the number of
lineage, right?
peasants you can call upon.
So these are just like regular fighting dudes that'll show up,
yeah.
right?
So again, they're members of your family or extended family. They're not in the noble line.
I got 17, sweet.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys now roll 5d20. That's the number of peasants you can raise at your manor.
Oh, big roll, baby.
So again, they're not going to be very good. They might be good at catching a few Pictish arrows. And by the way, Picts are Irish.
Yeah.
Or Scots.
5d20, right? That's it?
Super clear. Yes, 5d20.
Alright.
That's pretty good. You guys are actually getting some fantastic rolls.
Aw, man.
38. Oh, 41. Sweet. I'm just gonna call these commoners.
Not
Peasants.
unreasonable.
41.
Fortunately,
call
you'll only
those
have to
levy.
do this once. You'll have to do a new levy every time you get a new manor, but this is all front end for your family, so you'll always have this to call upon.
And how many levies? 51.
We've got history. Alright, you guys, I think we're ready to get started.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4.
boy.
I missed one thing when you were mentioning before levy. No, before lineage men, the vassals explanation.
So vassals are, you hand out manors
Yeah.
to knights, and they swear loyalty to you.
Okay.
Or
But we don't-
on the other hand, you could have knights swear loyalty to you that don't have a home. They would be bachelor knights, and you would have to basically take care of them, find them a place to sleep, keep them fed and clothed. It's a huge drain. They're gonna cost
But
like
they're
5 or
useful,
6
right?
pounds a year. Oh yeah, I mean just having your own pocket knight to show up and help you.
Yeah. But we can keep them as poor knights, can't we?
Yeah,
Give them
could.
fancy, you know. Yeah.
That's typically how people do it. You guys just turn to page 34 for now, which should be the knighting ceremony. We'll get to that shortly. We need to run the whole intro first. We've had the honor talk. So, let's introduce
The
our
honor talk.
characters, like, fully. I think you guys kind of have an idea of who your characters are now. You know, at the very least, you know they're vengeful, you know who their heir is. You kind of have an idea of what you'd like them to do, so why don't you tell us about Robert? Who is Robert?
Okay. So, Robert is this huge guy. He's size 18. He's this big, strong guy. But he's not, and he's quite powerful physically, but he's not graceful at all. He's also quite courtly. He knows things about, he can recognize a face very well. He knows a lot about, he's learned as a child a lot about the different houses and their standards. And basically, he's just a typical warrior knight. He loves to fight. He's very energetic. He wakes up early. He practices. He loves to go riding and hunting and hawking, all of that stuff. He's just basically really full of life. Loves battle. Hates Saxons. Wants to kill things. And just out for adventure and look and have a good time. And yeah, he's also quite a bit of a flirt. He likes women, and he's not it's quite a known fact. So yeah.
Okay.
And he enjoys the company of women. It's not just like he just wants to,
Bang women,
just-
yeah.
yeah, just doesn't want to he enjoys the company. He likes the whole the romance, not necessarily the romance of it, but more like the flirting and
Chase.
I got you.
yeah. And he's a weakness for women. Let's call it that way. Like he's more likely to be deceived by a woman because he's more likely to trust a woman and all of that.
Sounds like a
So,
directed
yeah.
trait that might come into play.
Yeah.
So because again your homework during the week will be developing your heir. Who is your heir currently?
Okay. So my heir is Marcus. He's my younger brother. See, I haven't actually done too much thinking,
No,
but I
you
know
don't have,
who he
you don't have
might
to. We
gonna
just
be.
need to know
Yeah,
who he
but
is and
yeah,
his relationship.
his name is Marcus. He's my younger brother.
Okay. Anyone who'd like to tell us who their knight is next?
Sure, I'll go next. Aurelios the Steadfast is a well-liked member of the group. He's sort of the guy that everyone sees as sort of a confidant. Everyone's okay with him. Everyone generally likes him. He's great talking to people, getting people to agree. Anytime anyone has a problem, he's the one who figures it out and sorts things out. He's not the best on the battlefield, but he has the appearance. But partly that's probably because he has such a good appearance that he doesn't really want to risk it too much. So the ladies would find it a great tragedy if he were to be scarred,
You're gonna be
etc.
so good at court.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
What's
ahead,
your appearance?
Miles.
17?
17.
Wow.
He's a
Mine's just
manly
13.
knight.
And he's fairly skilled with the sword and in battle, but his general skill is in directing people. So he's excellent in battle, he's excellent in stewardship and with honor.
All right, who is your heir?
My heir is a young knight by the name of Cyprian.
Okay, and what is his relationship to you?
Well, I'm too young to have a son, so younger brother.
Okay. All right, who wants to go next with their knightly introductions?
Dobbin is Dobbin the Guarded. Dobbin is a thin man, doesn't eat very much, and whenever you do catch him at a table, typically every other view that's going to the food is being spent looking at everybody else in the room. Tends to know many things and typically sees things before they happen. Untypical of other knights, his most skill is that with a short blade. But otherwise, he's a fancy reader.
Do
Writer.
you mean that mechanically, like you use a
Yeah.
dagger?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just as a
really?
backup. It's there. It's as a backup.
Okay, all right.
He has a large retinue of family, and he seems to hold his family in a much higher regard than anybody else. In fact, he tends to be somewhat suspicious of everybody else, or guarded, so they say. And whenever he knows that they're an enemy, he tends to stick with that wholly true. For instance, he's never met a Saxon before, but he's heard about them and he knows that they're his enemy, so he knows what to do.
You have a lot of hate of Saxons, right? Or is that someone
19.
else? Yeah. So I guess like every day your dad woke up and was like, "All right, boy, listen up. This is the wound I got from that Saxon dog. Here's the other one. They tried to kill your whole family. Hate Saxons, boy. Let's go out, go into the backyard where I've got this armor puppet that made look like a Saxon. I get to hack it up today."
Like, be careful, there could be a Saxon at every turn. They're trying to kill you.
It's funny because your manor is so far away that like no Saxon's
Yeah.
ever gonna get there.
That's why I'm
right out to battle.
I got it. Your family's like one of those like Texas border families, right? They like spent their whole lives training for the inevitable invasion. All right, who is your heir?
My heir is a 1 year younger brother, not much younger than myself. His name is Rook. He is also a knight, but unlike myself, he is a large man. Loves to eat. Slow and large, but very hardy. Looks like he could take a blow and stand his ground.
Sounds like someone started writing their character already. Okay. Sermon, tell us about you.
Sermon is a large man, but he's definitely larger than most, but he's not like incredibly. He's known for singing singing a lot, as it is one of his favorite activities. And he's also known for never forgiving anybody.
Not a man to cross.
he will never let anybody back who has betrayed him.
So I just started watching this show today called Sirens, and someone was like, "Listen, that eye for the eye shit, that's Old Testament. I take out both eyes." Someone else was like, "Well, if you do that, where's your karmic retribution? Where's your charity work?" She's like, "I work with the blind." I was like, ice cold. All right, Sermon, tell us about the rest of you.
Um,
Is that everything? You play, you sing, you
yeah,
compose?
he knows how to manage land. He's also composes, and he's good at some other stuff. He's a great battle commander, and yeah, his let's see, heir is an uncle named Sakin.
Okay, all right. So before we move on to the next part, this is actually a pretty interesting time to take a break, and then we will get started with your last day of training as squires. So if you guys want to hop up and do something real quick, I'm actually going to talk about another stream. So go get
Right.
your break started.
All right.
Oh, I'm just gonna send on Skype the coat of arms I found.
Oh, interesting. All right, cool.
Awesome.
Okay, so I just wanted to talk about another stream right here. It's called ItMeJP. Let me see if I can throw up a little text box for it. They've also done a bit of work on Pendragon. They do a lot of really great D&D type programs that you can find around. You can catch them on YouTube at ItMeJP. Again, throwing up the link right now. They also stream some fantastic stuff like Swan Song, West Marches, a lot of different systems. My inspiration for doing Pendragon was after watching them do it. I decided, wow, this game looks fantastic. So consider checking them out. And we will be back in 5 minutes.